You don't actually want to compromise. You just don't want to be alone. You just want to belong. I mean, what can be bad in that, right? That pressure you feel is not unique to you. It's not random, and it's certainly not strange. And that is why today we are going to be discussing the hidden cost of trying to fit in. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in a minute. Hello and welcome back to Identity Reclaim with Elizabeth. If this is your first time of coming across my YouTube videos, please make sure to subscribe and let us know in the comment that you're a new subscriber so we can welcome you to the community. Also, leave a thumbs up for this video so that we can reach more people, so that the algorithm can push it to more people. On this channel, we are focused on helping you understand, identify, reclaim your true identity in Christ, and also leverage your talents and potentials to thrive in purpose. We are all about walking confidently in who God has originally designed us to be. So take a seat, grab a seat, and sit tight because we have something to discuss today. Yeah. A lot of us are trying to fit in to one clique, to one group, to societal standard, to one random whatever. I don't know what to call it, but a lot of us are really trying hard to fit into our society, to a community where we find ourselves, right? But the problem is not just that you are trying to fit in. The problem is not that you're trying to belong. The problem is at what cost? What group are you actually trying to fit into? What standards are you trying to fit into? And at what cost is this belonging, this fitting in, coming? Whatever it is you're trying to fit into, whatever community it is that you are trying to fit into, you want to look at this hidden cost of trying to fit in. See, humans are wired for belonging, and this makes rejection feels like an abomination. Rejection feels like a danger. Plus, society, culture rewards conformity. However, Romans chapter 12 and verse 2 tells us expressly not to conform. Do not conform to the standard of this world. Do not conform to anything that is outside the standards of Christ for your life. Do not conform to anything that goes against your convictions. Conformity is comfortable, but transformation is costly. I understand that. So, are we going to follow the route of conformity, or are we going to stick to transformation? That's a choice you have to make by yourself. So what is this hidden cost of trying to fit in? In simple words, the hidden cost of trying to fit in is compromise. Anytime you find yourself being so anxious about trying to fit in, whether you want to fit into societal standards, or you're trying to fit into a particular clique, a particular group, or whatever, one of the biggest danger that lurks around the corner is compromise. If you are trying to fit in and you do not compromise, then go ahead. That's probably a family you really need to belong to. If your values align, if your standards align, and it doesn't rob you of your identity in Christ, oh, please go ahead and belong, because we are wired to belong. We are, in fact, one of the purposes of God is for us to belong to his family. We are members of his family. We are to interact with other people, right? Remember, he asks us to love our neighbors as ourselves. So we are meant to belong. But whenever you are trying so hard to fit in, whenever you become anxious and you begin to try to bend rules in order to fit in, you begin to silence your convictions, you begin to laugh at the things that you once rejected, the things you once openly condemned, you become silent about them, or you become indifferent about them. My dear, compromise is setting in simply because you want to fit in. Listen, if you choose compromise, if you compromise your faith, if you compromise your standards, if you compromise your identity in Christ simply because you want to fit in to societal standards, you want to fit into the community that you find yourself in, whoosh, that's some serious problem. That's some serious challenge. And I sincerely do not want that for you. And I know that God does not want that for you either. I want you to understand that compromise is not usually dramatic. It's actually a very slow erosion. Right now, you might think you're not compromising. You might think you're trying to be You might think that, like Paul, you're trying to be a Greek to the Greek, Gentile to the Gentiles, right? But be careful. It might be compromise. If you're shutting down your faith, again, if you're lowering your standards, if you're changing, faking your identity, covering up who you truly are just because you want to belong, if you find yourself involving in conversations that you shouldn't involve yourself in, or you are agreeing to things that you're not supposed to agree to, hello, that's compromise knocking right at the door of your heart. Do not let it in. If people think you're different and don't want to associate with you, if they think you're different simply because you are confidently walking in who God has called you to be, and they do not want to associate with you, hello, that doesn't mean you should not compromise in order to associate with them. This is where you stand firm. This is where you continue walking confidently in who God has called you to be. This is where you continue to shine your light, because you are the light of the world, and a city set on a hill cannot be hidden. This is where you make sure that you express your identity as the salt of the earth. This is where you make sure you do not conform to their standard, but continue to uphold the standard of God for your life. Do not fall for this temptation to fit in. Do not fall for this temptation to compromise. Stand firm in who God has called you to be. Always remind yourself of whose you are. Always remind yourself of who you are. Stand firm. Eventually, kings will come to your light. Eventually, those who once said that, oh, I don't like your personality, I don't like you because you're a Christian, you're a child of God, because of your views, they will come to the brightness of your light. You are the one to help them move from darkness to light, not the other way around. All right, so stand firm. Remember this: you were not created to blend in. You were created to stand out for Christ. You are an ambassador of Christ. Remember that, and hold on firmly to your identity in Christ. Hold on firmly to your convictions and your faith. Do not conform for any reason on planet Earth. Now, if you are yet to give this video a thumbs up, I don't know why you are still waiting. Please go ahead and like this video. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know, how do you deal with pressure to conform? How do you deal with peer pressure? How do you deal with societal pressure, family pressure, even because some of you might find yourself in a family that probably don't share the same faith with you? How do you deal with it? Or is there any particular struggles you would like me to address? If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section and I'll be very glad to attend to them. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in my next video. Keep being who God has called you to be. God bless you.